I want to go back to when you were talking about your father. They wouldn't save him. Not that they couldn't, because they had a diagnosis. They knew what was wrong. They wouldn't save him. And those are the stories that are flooding my desk today. Is there's so many people in Alberta, you can't walk down the street without hearing they wouldn't do this. They wouldn't. And so there's a big difference between wouldn't and couldn't. And
Let me
so
give you an update. Let me give you an update. So my brother, he was a year older than me, passed away last year. And my brother was a product of the government, not of my dad. He worked for the government. He was in the Navy, and then he worked in the prison system. And boy, if the government said something, it was law. So when the jab came out, I did everything I could to encourage my brother not to get the jab. You know, I have a science background. I knew what mRNA was, and I knew if they're using mRNA and they're splicing mRNA into human genetics from other species, that it could only mean trouble. So I tried to talk him out of it. Well, he went and got the jab, and I got the second jab. He went in for a booster. He got the booster. He went home 4 hours later. He had a massive stroke. So they got him over to the hospital. And when he got to the hospital, he actually requested the clot buster that they use to lessen the effects, the paralytic effects of a stroke. And they literally told him, because he told me what they told him. He said, we're saving that for younger people. They refused to administer that clot buster. Consequently, he lost everything on his left side. And so he paid dearly. And this is a guy who gave 20 years of his life to the Canadian Navy, and they still refuse to give him that clot buster. So that's Alberta healthcare. That's Canadian healthcare in a nutshell right there.
Wow. And I'm talking to people as recently as this week who are going in for appendicitis, or they have complications from diabetes, and they have MAID being shoved down their throat. Which MAID, for those of you watching, if you're watching from the US side, is medical assistance in dying. So that's where the government comes and holds your hand, takes care of the arrangements. It leaves with you dead. So there's no follow-up. There's no checks and balance.
It's murder.
It is murder. You know, it leaves you dead. And if they're shoving down your throat that this is a solution to their system, where do we go next? How many lives have we lost? And again, this is at the hands of politicians. These are elected individuals. And
well, it's just an extension of abortion. You know, if you can kill babies, right, it's not very hard to kill adults.
That's right. Gordon, I had read, and for all the wonks out there, check this out. But yes, Val is totally right. They're promoting in Saskatchewan, dial 5 for assisted suicide.
Yeah.
But your comments here, I had heard that Canada's leading the world in assisted suicide. Last number I heard was like by a lot, like 5,600 of them, whatever. Your comments there, it really bothers me. My accountant up in Montreal was 79, 80, and he was waiting for hip replacement for like 4 years. They were trying to wait him out so that he dies. So
yeah, exactly right.
I mean, you know, and I'm saying, are you serious? I mean, you guys put up with that? He's an accountant, a CPA.
Yeah.
This was like a couple of years ago, Gordy. So your comments on that?
Well, you're absolutely right. That's what they're doing. They're just trying to wait them out so they don't have to spend any money on them. You know, they paid into the system since they were 18 years old. And then when they need the system to step in and do what they've been paying for since they were 18 years old, they can't get the services. Yeah. They can't get the care. They can't get services or care. And, you know, they're just waiting. And now, instead of just waiting them out and hoping they die, they're saying we can help you die. So it's a very, very corrupt, immoral, ungodly thing that they're doing in their healthcare system in Canada. It really is.
Gordon,
It's a real tragedy. It's a real travesty. And, we talk about human rights. And, of course, the liberals are champions of human rights around the world. But the humans that are next door don't have any rights. And that's kind of where it's at.